He kissed her in front of everyone, but when he looked at me, I knew. It was always me. He was dating my sister when I met him, and I hated him for it. Not because he wasn't kind or charming, but because from the moment he walked through the front door of our family home in Yorkshire, something inside me shifted. My sister, Eliza, had brought him home like she always did with her newest boyfriend, with her perfect hair and perfect smile, and a laugh that always felt just a little too rehearsed. His name was Jude, tall, slightly awkward in the way that made him seem genuine, with quiet eyes that followed everything but rarely gave anything away. I was used to Eliza's flings, the way they all started intense and ended in disaster, but something about Jude lingered. He didn't try too hard. He listened more than he spoke. And the worst part, when I caught him looking at me, it wasn't an accident. At first, I brushed it off. I was finishing university, living at home for the summer, and trying to stay as far away from their romance as possible. They kissed across dinner tables and laughed loudly in gardens, and I told myself I didn't care. But one evening, when Eliza had gone upstairs to take a call, Jude and I ended up alone on the patio. He offered me a glass of wine. I hesitated. He looked straight at me and said, "It's weird, isn't it?" I asked what he meant. He said, "This." I pretended not to understand, but he held my gaze too long. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about how he said my name, softer than he said hers. Weeks passed. One afternoon, I found a book in the living room with a note inside it. It was mine, but the handwriting wasn't. I liked what you said about the ending. You were right. The tragedy was the point. Jude, my hands shook. I knew I should have told Eliza. I should have pushed it all away. But instead, I started writing back. We left notes in books. Silent messages tucked between pages. Nothing romantic. Nothing explicit, just thoughts, jokes, memories. But the silence between those words grew louder than anything. One night at a family barbecue, Eliza was glowing, laughing too loud again, bragging about a trip they were taking to Portugal. I was helping bring dishes inside when Jude followed me into the kitchen. I dropped a glass. He caught my wrist. Our eyes locked. And he said it, just like that. It was never her. I stood frozen. What? I asked, though I heard him perfectly. I tried, he said. God knows I tried, but it was always you. I felt like the air had left the room. You're dating my sister, I whispered. He nodded. And I'll break up with her tonight. My heart pounded. Don't, I said. This can't happen. But deep inside, a part of me, the part that had felt his gaze that first night, whispered back, finally. That night, he did end it. Eliza sobbed in her room for days. She blamed herself, said he was emotionally distant and too quiet. I stayed silent. I wanted to protect her. But the guilt was louder than anything. I told him we couldn't be together. Not now, not like this. We stopped talking for almost a year, until one rainy evening I found him outside my lecture hall. Older, sadder, still him. I'm moving to Edinburgh, he said. I wanted to say goodbye, unless he trailed off. I didn't speak. I just stepped forward and kissed him. It was the most honest thing I'd done in years. Eliza doesn't know. Maybe she never will. But sometimes love doesn't choose the cleanest path. Sometimes it chooses the one that hurts the most.